All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another SLG Meetup. Today I'm going to bring you another interesting and successful guest to talk about luxury, in this case, real estate, marketing, and how to build the right partnerships and collaborations around the world to build a successful career. Now, for that, we're going to have Irina Gamagina. She's a successful real estate broker and the founder and owner of First London Property. So for that, we're going to have an interesting conversation that touches on those three elements and a little bit about her story on how she's built a successful career in a competitive industry such as luxury real estate in London, which is one of the most incredible cities when it comes to real estate. So let's get her in, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm glad that we're doing this. I'm glad that you're here with us, and you are coming live from a very beautiful property in London. Where are you at the moment?
So I wanted to showcase you one of the London's finest addresses in Kensington, in this gorgeous luxury flat of 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms with a really large entertaining space, as you probably can see behind me.
Wow, beautiful.
And obviously I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. So I've been in London property market for over 10 years, and I have started my career in Goldman Sachs. I was a banker before. In 2009, when I graduated, now I'm telling you how old I am. London was at the start of real estate boom. So we had our first big development by Kennedy Brothers and a lot of other developers that realized that London's such a great place to live, but we haven't got any luxurious, lovely apartments that everybody wants to live in. So we start building a lot of luxury developments, and I thought it would be a fantastic sector to work in. I work for a few really big real estate companies such as Harrods Estates, that is a top of luxury real estate. And then about 8 years ago, I started my own company that's called First London Property. I realized that there was a lack being afforded on myself of somebody who can really take you around and tell you what are best properties and sort of guide you through the process, because it's quite difficult and there's lots of underwater stones that you aren't aware about, like taxes and lawyers and different loopholes and all the rest of it. So what we do for clients, we basically take their hand and we walk them around through the process of buying property in London.
Now, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about is how have you transitioned? Because I know you talked about working at some of the biggest brokerages and now starting your own, focusing on the knowledge, the attention to details, the personalized approach, which is something that sometimes it lacks off at these bigger corporations, at these bigger companies. So what is something that you've been able to do to differentiate yourself, but also to become the go-to person when it comes to luxury real estate?
Well, what we do, first of all, we don't work 9 to 5 or 10 to 5 like a lot of estate brokerages in London. So if you need to do viewings on a weekend, we can. If you work for the week and the only time you have is 7 p.m. or 8 a.m., we will make sure that we will get you in at that time, or on Sunday when nobody would want to do a viewing on a Sunday, we will get you in at any time you like. Another very good thing is that we have a very good relationship with a lot of owners over the years, over 10 years. We've built relationships with developers, small developers, large developers like Kennedy Brothers, and small developers, which we have special relationships. So when we go to them and there is a flat that they've just done and it's amazing, we can be the first ones to tell our clients about those flats. And it's going to be exclusive apartments, top of the market, and that our clients can go in first before anyone else on a Sunday afternoon if they want to, or on a Monday morning if they want to. And they're going to see it first before anyone else, before it hits the Right Move or the Zoopla or the all portals. Our clients will see it before the portals. Another very good thing is that we're basically handheld through the process. So we're going to tell you about all the tax loopholes, and we provide advice, not personally, but we recommend tax advisors who, for example, can help you save money on a stamp duty, who are very good at what they do, and who's going to make sure that you're going to have a very safe transaction. Like, you're not going to lose money because you didn't know you wasn't a UK resident and there is another 3% or 2% tax to pay for you, or it's not your first property. We're going to make sure we're going to line up all the specialists, solicitors and tax advisors for you, who is going to give you the best advice before you make the purchase, so you are well aware of what to expect. Because remember, there is costs in property purchases everywhere, and London's not exclusion, and you need to know about those.
So tell me a little bit about the relationships, because that's something that I found it very interesting. You've been doing this for many years, and you've been working with big brokers, developers, interior designers, and all these real estate professionals, not just from London, but from all over the world. I'm here in Miami, we connected, and we work with the same type of clientele. And the fascinating thing is that in order to provide that 360-degree luxury exclusive experience, you need to go beyond on what it is just your comfort zone. And that's why even yourself came all the way to Miami, you brought yourself some clients in here, we started to work on something together, and we expand together. So tell me a little bit about the importance of taking that extra mile to build those relationships, to build that trust, and to keep expanding through relationships.
Absolutely, thank you. That's a really good point, Alvarez. Absolutely. So what we start doing is we are working with you now, and because obviously we have a very good relationship where we trust you and we bring our clients to you because we know the properties and the service that you offer is excellent, and it's on the same level as what we would do for our own clients. And it's very important to have partners in all of the countries, especially Miami, you know, I mean in the United States, but especially cities like Miami, New York, and you know, Paris, London. So yeah, it's definitely something very important that I think every broker should do, because a lot of people, a lot of our clients who are in London, but maybe contemplating having a second residence, and they want somewhere sunny, or they want somewhere different, more busy or less busy, more green, more clean, then we obviously go to our partners like yourselves, and we basically trust you as our clients because of our relationship to show the best properties what you have in Miami or in the United States.
How do you use social media to market yourself, or how do you do in general market yourself to accelerate that process?
Well, so for basically we're a very discreet, very private broker who for years just did world referrals, word of mouth. We didn't look for any clients because our own clients referred us always. We were very happy with the service. And so what happened, sorry about that. So what happened basically, about a year ago, we realized that it's very important to be on social media and build a personal brand, as people need to know who you are. You know, if they go online and you don't come up in the search, it doesn't matter who that is, instantly you think, oh, that's really strange. You know, this person is not on LinkedIn, he's not on Instagram. You know, that's very strange. You know, you want to know who that person is. Then you kind of are. Then you kind of have a degree. You kind of have a degree of lack of trust there, basically. So if you are trying to build a personal brand, it's very important to be present on social media, to be present on LinkedIn, to be present on Instagram, you know, TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't do, not really good at TikTok, but we start doing it. I feel like TikTok is you know what my 5-year-old would do. But
Yeah.
now TikTok is huge, and you get a lot of leads for younger generation for it. So maybe not our clients, but their kids would definitely would bring them back to us because they are going to be on a TikTok. And so we have a team. Now we have a team of 5 people who basically run our social media, who do all of our reels, who do our postings, who come and film videos about apartments, houses. And we do a lot of very knowledgeable information that we post as well. And I think it's important because then what they get from us is a lot more than, like I said, going just with Rightmove or the regular broker, because we are very socially present and we give them loads of information that no one else would give them. And you know, if they look for our Instagram, they can learn so many tips, and it's thousands and thousands in legal fees saved for them. And also remember, an apartment is always 2 things. It's either a home for a very long time. You buy a home where you live. You're thinking about your kids, your legacy, you know, how you're going to pass it on, or how you're going to have a cup of coffee and watch your grandchildren there in 30 years. Or it's an investment that you want to rent out. So you always buy a home within these 2 particular sets of mind.
So listen, I wanted to just mention something because we could be speaking forever about different topics. But
Yeah.
one of the questions that I always ask, and you're in London, so that's the city of luxury. It's a word that it comes in so many different shapes and forms, but what is it really, luxury, to you?
What's really luxury to me? I think a very beautifully designed, to whatever standard you think is your own luxury home. Because at the end of the day, when you come home to a beautiful house or flat, could be a very well designed 1-bedroom, could be really well designed 2-bedroom, or it could be beautifully designed house. And to me, the luxury is that coziness, is that beautiful home that you build for yourself.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now, last question for you, Irina. If you had to tell anything to your younger self, you're young, but to your younger, like if you were starting today, again, what would you advise that you could have done differently?
Gosh, that's a good one. Thank you. It's a very good question. Well, what I would advise, that if for some reason your career in whatever particular industry you have thought was designed for you, and you dreamed about it all your life, but it didn't happen, like it didn't happen for me at Goldman Sachs, you still can find your dream job doing something else. Don't beat yourself up for years that you didn't become #1 banker. And what I would say to my younger self, that yeah, just be easy on yourself, that there's lots of wonderful jobs and you can really excel at them. If it didn't work out, keep going and don't beat yourself up.
I love that. Well, thank you so much. For anybody that is going to be watching this or listening to this later, where can they find you? What's the best way to connect with you?
So the best way is to come, and the easiest way, on our Instagram, which is First London Property. You can follow us. You can send me any questions in the DM messages, and I will be happy to answer. And yeah.
Well, thank you so much, and I appreciate it. Please make sure to follow her, connect with her. She's a superstar, very successful, and very knowledgeable when it comes to luxury real estate. So thanks again, Irina, and we'll see each other very soon.
Thank you, Alvarez. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.